What is going on here? Okay, this is not cooperating, people. Sorry, my computer's not cooperating. There, hopefully that's it. I don't know. No, of course not. All right, yay. I always want to have my computer up so I can make sure that things look right. And it was not cooperating, but it is now. So it's the most important thing. Hello everyone, this is Sonia with Stamping Around the Dining Room Table. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Gotta move my phone just a smidge there. If you do not have a demonstrator of your own, I would be happy to be yours. This is my webpage, stamparoundthetable.stampinup.net. And there you can see things about me. You can, when I'm having classes, any other events. You also can look at the products that we sell, and you can place an order. You could just sign up to do a workshop, where you can earn some free items, and you also can sign up to be on my team and take advantage of the perks of that. And just a quick reminder, it's the end of June. It's hard to believe, but today is Wednesday, June 29th of 2022. And tomorrow is the last day to take advantage of the last chance sale on our mini catalog from January to June, and the buy one, get one half off on our kits. And when you go into my webpage, if you click on the shop, and then there'll be a place there that shows you special, so you can take a look at all of that. There's always something that's on some type of special going. So oops, so I knocked everything here. Sorry about that. So even if you're watching this too late to take advantage of those sales, always just look, because there's many different things that you could take advantage of. Okay, so I just wanted to show you yesterday when on my Facebook page, I introduced you to this month's kit, and I made the 3 cards the way that they recommended. So there's the 3 cards that the way they recommended them. Okay, and if you didn't, oh, that's an extra piece there. I don't know how that got there, but anyway. And if you didn't get to see that, it is available on YouTube here. So there were those, and then I showed a couple of alternates that my sister made. Okay, this is just stamping, just a piece of white paper, and added some brushed brass butterflies, and then this, just to show it's just a little different from this. Okay, then so today I have a few alternates. That was a couple alternates that I showed yesterday, but today I've got some new ones to show you. So this is the way, let me bring this back out here. This is the way that they showed this. And I thought, how can I change that up a little bit? So instead of putting this extra piece on and popping that up, I just left the boxes the way they were. Then the strawberries that they gave us, I actually just cut that off, and I put two, and I put one strawberry here. I just glued it flat on top, but see, it's a little different. And then this one I popped up, and then the 2 blueberries I cut off, I put them right over there. And then I added some cheese and the bread. I cut this bread down because, let me just show you the 2 sizes. Get them out of my little container here. I grabbed a little muffin tin because there's so many pieces here. Because I didn't want, see how big this is? I didn't want that big. And these are too small next to that cheese. I guess it could be almost like a roll rather than. And I actually, before I did this one, I did another one where I cut these apart, and I used this one on another. And then this I cut down, because when you cut these apart, then this is kind of weird shape. But I just cut it down a little bit. So it really was more like this. Okay, I kind of cut that end off a little because otherwise it was too long, and it came to just about here. So I just trimmed it down. And I got two cards out of one of these. Okay, so that's the difference there. And I colored these in and said thank you this time. And that thank you was from a different stamp set. And I'll show you some of the stamp sets I pulled in a little bit. So here's the other one I made. See, this again, it was too big, and it would have had to go this way because otherwise it looks weird like that. Okay, so it just was too much. I wanted to be able to do a little different. Let me grab it again. This is the way that they recommended. Okay, so this is where I cut the first one off. And even that, I just trimmed it just down just a little to make it look a little bit better, fit just a little bit better. And I really just mostly on this one, just trimmed the ends a little bit. Okay. And then this is from a different stamp set also. And I'll show you, as I said, I'll bring all these out just to show you. And it was like made to put flowers in with one of our other ones. So I did that. And I can't remember all the names right now. I'm not going to try to say them. So in a minute, I'll show you those. And then I put the cheese like that. Okay, so there, that was a little different. Then I thought one of the things that my sister had pointed out to me was, even though this is fun and great with the cart here, they did all this lovely work like for the background, and you don't really see it. So then I thought, what could I do? And I took our willow, this is a new set that we have in the annual catalog, and I played around with that, and I put that there. And then I took a sun from one of our other stamp sets. Actually, the one I took it from was a retired one, but our Mountain Air does have something similar. It may not be quite as big, but just very simple and thinking of you. Okay, so that way you can see more of the background. Yes, I stamped over it, but it just adds to the whole thing, like a similar, like a sunset almost. Okay, and then my sister made this alternate, and she used one of our embossing folders. This is, I think, the brick wall. Is that what it's called, or just brick? Let's see. Bricks and mortar. And then she stamped some more using this stamp that comes with it, which, where's my, I'll show you how I stamped this one. And she just did it in green and then colored them in different colors. And then these pots she made by using our Build a Snowman punch, which is no longer, it has retired, but if you had that, just use like the hat to punch out these to make little pots. Okay, and then she used the brushed brass butterflies again as just as decoration. And this was also from, this is, where is it? Here it is. This is, if I can get a hold of it, this from the Paper Pumpkin Kit. Okay, so pretty much like anything with stamping, the sky's the limit, or your imagination, I guess you could say, if you allow your imagination to limit you. And I'll just show you right now. Here's some of the different stamp sets that we've been using. I did the Sharing Sunshine. I did use this sun for that, and I did it in a couple colors. I stamped it in the Calypso Coral stamped off, and then I did it in Crushed Curry over it. Okay, so there's that one. Some others that I have here that are retired sets. This Street Strawberry, that was last year's annual catalog, and the Berry Blessings, they were from a celebration the beginning of last year, but I kept them because I really like them. And look, the blueberries, the strawberries, they're very close. Let me just bring it out here again. They're very close to this. Okay, and then I did on a couple, you'll see a couple that I did, I used the Happy Birthday and the Thank You from this set. Okay, all right, and then what else did I have here? Okay, I haven't I didn't use this one yet, but our peach, if you still have that from last year's annual catalog, again, because it's marketplace, you could do stuff with the peaches. And here is the willow tree that I used, and see it's got these different pieces. So this is the shadow, or it could be a pond somewhere, but there's a shadow. Here's the tree trunk and branches, and then this fits right over. You can see the pieces kind of go there, and then I just added that to fill out the tree more. Now, the jar of flowers. This is still in our annual catalog. This is the, I think, second, at least the second year. It could have been even third. I get a little confused as of how long it's been, but I use this right here. And how you use these, for these two here, they're like double-sided stamps. So and I found it was, a lot of times people will do this side first and then this, but I just found it was easier, it stuck to the black better for me to do the smooth side first and then clean it off and turn it over and then do the design side. But either way, whatever works for you is what's going to do. And then you see it had like this little, let me bring it up here, maybe this will be easier to see, how it has like the rim, the back rim. At first I just trimmed it over and stuck the flowers in because I wasn't sure, but then let me bring it out here. Where is it? Just to show you, oh, right here. I could have left it in, but it looked almost like when I was playing with it, the flowers really were over there more, but I could have trimmed it around and then just put it back down around it, but it looks all right like that. Okay, so, and then the other one I'm using, which is a current one, is Sweetest Cherries. And a couple of these I haven't done anything with yet until today, so that was good for me to get that out. But I did want to show you, this month we got these little bags. This is it's a little messy here. I realized I must have had ink on parts I didn't realize were on there. But it's my sample, so it's all right. And I'm not sure how well that shows up there. But I use the things from this. My daughter's getting married, and I did order some of the extra, because you can get the bags as an add-on, some extra bags. And I'm thinking I have to see if she would like this idea, but I was thinking I might, that we might use these as like some little gift for the bridesmaids, the day of like when they are coming to the wedding. She did give them another gift. I mean, like, you know, how you usually do, but I just thought this might be a nice little extra thing to give them. And from the Golden Girls, the song that they used for the theme was "Thank You for Being a Friend." My daughter loved that song, so I took this, "Thank you for being so," but I just inked in the "Thank you for being" and not the "so." And down here is the A. It looks like it's just a little bigger, but it still worked. And I did just the A. So I said, "Thank you for being or A or off," and then "friend." And then these I took from a retired Valentine. Oh, this one. And it is in the air on it. And again, I just colored that, or I could even trim it off. These are all clear ones, and you can either just use your marker to fill it in and then do it, or you could put tape over this part, or I could even trim that off, which I was kind of thinking I might, to make sure I get a little cleaner image on the other ones that I do. But I just wanted to show you can stamp on these. Now the only thing is I'm not sure how it may wash off when it gets washed, just because it is they are water based. But I'll have to look and see. There might be something that we can spray on it to make it, you know, last. Anyway, but just the idea, just to show you another idea of things that you can do with that. Okay, so today I wanted to show you some more alternates, and I decided I'm going to start with this. And I wanted, instead of, they had like just one loaf of bread, but I wanted a basket. So I thought, what can I do? And with the cherries, see, we got this. So where's my, So what I did was, what's kind of nice today is that all the stamp sets I'm using are clear, not some clear, some, because sometimes I have some clear and some that are rubber. And in one sense, it doesn't really matter, but it's just kind of nice that they're all the same. So I just have my little Stampin' Pierce mat here. But what I did was this is gray granite, and I used, on this one I used the early Espresso. I believe that's the early Espresso, not the soft suede. And this was just a piece I had left over, okay? Oh, I did have the soft suede, didn't I? I'm gonna try that, that's darker than I want, so I'm just gonna turn it over, clean this off. Where's my, okay. Okay. And so it won't be quite as dark, but there, yeah, I like that a little better. All right, then what I did was I took our double oval punch and the smaller oval, I just put this in here, and I cut an oval, but that's too big. So then I just you can just take some your snips, or I had some bigger scissors here, and just cut it in half like that. Okay, so that's going to be my basket on here. So let me close this up before I make a big mess. And get my silicone mat here. And then this you can put on, so here you can see, because I did the dark on one side. See, I thought that was a little too dark because these are a little bit, and I like that a little better. I want you to be able to see some of those, but anyway. And then here's these little, so what you can do is you can use your little glue dots, or you can just use a dot of glue, or you can use, or you could, use some tape runner, whatever it is that you have and you like to use. And this just flipped off onto my finger, so what I'm going to try and do, let me see here. First, I'm going to put together, because I'm going to want these kind of, if I can get a hold of them, I just kind of want them so you can see that there's more than one in there. So I'm going to do one kind of like that. Now, let me just see. I'm going to make sure that the way I do it, it's going to, and I want a third one. So, okay. And so, let's see, those are, why are they not, maybe I need a second one on there. There, like that. Let's see, is that going to work? Or is it more like, sometimes you just got to play around a little bit and get them till you get them the way you want. It's down a little too much. You want them all you do want to be able to see them in the basket. So let me just say, I'm going to lay those there. Yeah, so I can play around with that just a little bit. All right. And this does not want to stick well there, so I may end up doing a dot of glue. I don't know. We'll see here in a minute. So there. So then they can be kind of like that. Okay. Except they're not sticking very well. I just had them how I wanted them, and then I moved them. Kind of like that, maybe. All right. Let's get my glue here, because this is not, seeing as these seem to not be really cooperating very well. Oh, there, that's sticking better maybe. Put a little dot there, okay. And I'm going to put these down on here, and because I got the glue, I can kind of, there. And then I think I'm going to put glue on this one too. Yeah, if I wanted, I could pop this up on there, but I think I'm just going to do it just like that. It's got to look like it's up on the, I got those down a little far, don't I? Because that's going to look like it's falling off the cart. I just realized. See, you have to come up a little bit. I want you to be able to see that there's strawberries in back there though. There, that'll be better like that, because then it's still on the cart. Okay. There, like that, there. Yeah, that's best I'm going to get that. Whoop. It slid down a little, but let me get that. This is not cooperating now. It just slid off. There, it was, and then it wasn't. There, like that. Okay, now let's sit for a minute so that can dry. Now that I've got ink or glue all over my fingers, let me get my, I have a baby wipe here. Baby wipes can be your friend in so many ways. I'm going to wipe off my fingers. There. Okay. So I got some more baskets. Got some extra baskets. I'm going to take a drink of my water. I don't know what's going on. I just looked at my screen and on the computer. It looks a little, doesn't look as clear as I would like it. But I'm not sure why that is. So, all right. So there's that. Then I have here somewhere. Oh no, where did I put it? I have to find the other parts to my card. Not this one. Oh, here. It's under my cleaner. All right. So then I wanted, this is, actually this was run through with the embossing folder, which is a retired embossing folder, the bark. You know, it doesn't look like bark, but that's bark, but it reminded me of stucco. Okay, and I'm going to use my, is this it? No, that's not it. What did I do with it? I had my, oh, here it is. I'm just going to put a little bit of brown because this is in front of it. So I don't want it to look like it's just up in the air. So I'm going to put just a strip of brown on the bottom with soft suede to hopefully make it look like that's more of the ground, the road, whatever that would be on. Again, you can make it as light or as dark as you want. There. Let me just see. See there. So now it's more like it's on the ground and not floating in the air. Okay. There. Okay. Make sure that's how I like how, yeah, like that. All right, and I think I am going to even pop this up. But what I'm going to do so that this will stick well is I am going to use glue on this. And this one I could really use either side. Sometimes you like it better on one side than the other, and this doesn't seem to have as much of a difference from one front to back as some of them do. Get hold of that. Make sure I'm opening this correctly. Okay. I'm going to put this on. I'm putting this on even though this color is darker than what it's not one of the colors that they suggested. This is our Evening Evergreen, but I just felt like that it would pull the green out from this a little more. And then the blue kind of stands on its own. I felt that if I put it on navy, you'd lose some of the color here. But if you like navy better, you could always do that. Now, where's my, here they are, my dimensionals. So I like 5 dimensionals on this. 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom, and 1 in the middle. But you can, you know, if you want more, you want less, it's fine too. Yesterday these all came off without any difficulty, and today they're now, some of them. So where's my, get my take your pick tool. That one's one that didn't come off. That did, that did. These 2 did not. There. Okay. Okay. And that's right there. And I was thinking on there, I wanted to, where's the words here? I think I'm just going to do a thinking of you. So let me just see. Thinking, just have to, here it is. And one of these, which one is it? Oh, that's love you. I don't want the love you. I'm thinking of you. Will it fit on there? Well, and, I didn't think this. I guess I'm going to do it. Let me try it in the soft side. I didn't think it through what color I might want to stamp this in, so let me just see. Sometimes I have to do this. So you'll get to see thinking of you. That might be good. Or did I want it? I don't have the darker green over here. Or did I want it more in, I could do it in the night of navy. That may be a little too much. So this is how I sometimes thinking of you. See if I can, there's my darker green. There it is. 1 second here, I'm going to grab it. Silly me, I should have thought to grab that before. Okay. All right, and where's my... And then thinking of you. Okay. So which one goes the best with it? This is a lot of times I thinking of you. Thinking of you. Okay. I think I kind of like, I'm gonna do the soft succulent. And if you do it, if you decide to case this, but you don't like the color I use, then use the colors you like, because that's the whole fun of making your own cards. Okay. Oh, that's the wrong color. I should have closed that up. Try this one more time. Okay. And, okay. Whoop. So thinking of you, get my Stampin' Pierce mat here. And if you don't have a Stampin' Pierce mat, and you don't, and it's not in your budget, it's not very expensive, but if it's not in your budget, you can use a mouse pad. You can even use, if you have a magazine at home, just something that you can just kind of set this in. And actually, what I may end up doing, oh, maybe I'll put it up here. So it's almost like a little sign. I think that's what I'm going to do, at least for now. If I change my mind later, I think I'm going to put this right up here, almost like it's a little sign. Like that. Because I was thinking if it's down below, I might have wanted a little bit of color behind it there. I'm going to leave that like that. Okay. There's stands called Thinking of You. their little market cart there. Okay, so there's that one. And I didn't pay attention what time I started, but I'm just going to keep going. I have 3 different ones I wanted to show you. Now, this next one is made up of a couple of, I kind of put together a couple of thoughts that someone else, a couple other people had. One was somebody just this card, they put a strip of white across and then they stamped it with the flowers. There's this. In navy, Night of Navy, and then they put hello. And I liked that idea, but then I thought, you know what? I don't want to just do it exactly the way she did it. So first of all, she didn't cut it down. She just put it on this. So then I trimmed the front and I made it 4 by 5. So I'm going to put it on a Night of Navy background. This is an A2, so it's 8.5 by 5.5, and then this scored at 4 1/4. So the front then becomes 4 1/4 by 5.5. So I trim this down so it's 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, so I'm just gonna, and as I said, whoops, where's my? You can use tape runner, you can use glue, you could use your dots, whatever. So I did bring in with this some more cardstock. And then before I put that on, so this is 4 by 3 3/4, and I've got to line up just right because it just covers that the little square underneath. Okay, but before I do that, I decided I do want to put hello in this bottom corner on this in the navy. Better close this up before I do the wrong thing. Okay. The one lady I got this idea from, she did flowers down there. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to do the hello. All right. And I got stuff all over me. Where's my? I always end up with ink all over me no matter what I do. Get my fingers in the ink, get it all over me. Sometimes on my card where I don't want it. Okay. So I did that. So I'm going to let that dry for a minute. Oh, obviously it had stuff on the back. I'm going to, and if you wanted to pop this up, you could, but I'm going to have something else on the top that has some dimension. So see, you want to make sure that you're covering that little corner and that little corner, and it will just cover it there. Then I saw someone else had taken the rectangles and they made like this, because a lot of times that's how you see the flowers. So what I did was, this one I already did it on, but I'll just show you. I marked the center, which this is 2.5 inches, so it was 1 1/4. I put a mark there, and then using, I'll just show you, I'll do another one. So see, this is it's 2.5, sorry. So 1 1/4 is the center. So I just didn't actually do it this way. Put the flat end up there. See, because it's where it cuts is the edge, 2 1/4, so 2.5, so 1 1/4, and there's that mark. You put a little mark there. Then I put, let me do it this way. Put the mark in the track and the corner in the track. Okay, and then I use the scoring blade there, and then the other side. Oh, that one's harder. That one did not do as well. Let me just try that one more time. I don't know what it's not down in there maybe the way it should be. Anyway, and then I folded here. Make sure I'm getting it folded on the right spot. I'm not. Right there. And you can use your bone folder to get a nice, okay. But see, then it comes over a little bit. So I took my snips and I just trimmed it like that. And then this one you'll have to trim as well. Okay, but let me get it folded for you right there. Oh, that's not, wait, I didn't get the top right. Try it again. Because that back will be, that'll be in back, so it'll be all right. Anyway, like that. And again, you got to trim this off here. So I'm just gonna, okay. So there you go. So I'm going to use this one that I had prepared, but I wanted to show you how I did it. And then I want these in there. So before I glue this, and actually I'm going to use this. I think this will work. I am going to glue this together there. In there, I think that's, yeah, that should hold it pretty well. Okay, so take these, the tops off these. Come on. There, and the top off this one, if I can get a hold of it. There. All right. And I'll show you in a minute how I did the yellow flowers. I can get a hold of this. So then I just want to be sure, I'm going to put these, the bigger ones in first. Just so I can make sure I have them, because I wanted to fill up most of that. So like that. Okay, so let me do this. And instead of doing the dots like I was thinking I was going to do, I'm going to use, well, actually, put that there. And I wanted one of these yellows down in here. So actually, now that I did that, I need to put this. And you could, again, I'm just doing a tiny bit because I want to be able to move these around a little bit. Like that. And like this. Now let me make sure that's still going to fit in here. Yep, actually it's even a little bigger than, can even come out a little. And then I'm going to put these other yellow, I'm just doing it on the bottom. Like that. And the one thing with the tape runner I have right now, I can undo it if I need to. But there. Whoop. So those will fit right in there, and I can bring them up a little or put them down a little. So let me just see here. So if I put this kind of like that, if you want it up straighter, you can, but I'm going to tip this a little bit. Just kind of like that. Okay. And put this in here, so that's going to, come on. Let's see here, do it this way a little bit. There. Like that. Oh, this is not, it's not really sticking down inside the way I thought it was going to, because I need to have it at the very bottom of these. Okay. And you can do glue. I'm just trying to, okay, get these fit in here, there. Kind of like that. Now, this can go there. And and I'm going to put right there. There, that kind of holds the bottom ones down. But see, that gives you a little bit of movement here, okay, without using dimensionals, or you can put dimensionals under there. And one of the things I kind of thought about before, but then forgot. See if I can slide this. I can. And actually, I'm going to do it this way. Around a couple times. Maybe. Slide that up. And hopefully you can see. It's hard to see when I'm doing it. Then I just made a little bow, and let me just pull this up a little bit. There. Or if you had like a navy blue, a few years back we had more of a navy blue. Oh, we did. They actually had the denim. It's not exactly navy blue, but if you had any of the denim ribbon left from the annual catalog last year. There. And I'm just going to trim this a little bit. There. And actually what I may do, there's my, right here. I think I'm going to put a little glue dot right there to help hold that bow where I want it. Okay, there. Ta-da! So there's that. I don't know if it turned out exactly the way I was thinking, but and how I made the yellow flowers, I'll show you that. I stamped them like. In this one I use the Evening Evergreen, but not Evening Evergreen. I use Soft Succulent. But like these here, I believe are with Garden Green. So you can do, whatever green you want. And I did this. And then I used my Daffodil Delight Stampin' blend. Stampin' Right marker, you can use it or the blends. And I just like this, just kind of colored in. Okay, and see, it doesn't take very long to do this. Okay. And then I fussy cut them, and I wasn't real super fussy. I'm not going to cut the whole thing out, but I'll just kind of show you. Okay. I just kind of went around like this. See, not even the whole, more like, kind of like this. And all the way around. So you can see it really didn't take that long. I'm just going to do this. And then when I was finished, I just looked, and like if it looked a little too pointy, I just would take the point off, because when they, like this one here, you just sometimes see that little point there, just the very, very end, just snip it so it's not pointy. Because when a machine does it, it's not real pointy. When we do it, fussy cut, we can make it pointy, and then it doesn't look right. Okay, so that's how I made those. So there's that. And I have one more I wanted to show you. And this one I wanted to make like just a basket with some fruit. Okay, so this is on Soft Suede. And then I used the early espresso, like you saw I did on the other. And then I used one of my rectangle dies to cut it out, but you can just cut, most of us can cut a rectangle, just especially if you have something like the trimmer, it's easy to cut. And then I just took my scissors and just kind of rounded the bottom corners a little bit. And then I wanted these sitting on the top. So, but I didn't want all this extra white. And I also wanted these here to like be more rounded, so I decided I would do this while I was on camera, and I hope I'm not sorry that I didn't do more of it ahead of time. But, just a little bit. Leave a little white if you want. You don't necessarily have to leave any. It's just whatever you like, how you like to cut, cut stuff. And come back and take care of those points in a moment because I don't want it. See here, just to show you the difference. See how pointy that is, and that's rounded. Okay, so if you don't round them, then it has a homemade look, but not in a good way. So let me just finish this right here. Up, go back here a little bit. There. So here, I'll just make sure I get the end of that just not so pointy. Not so pointy here. Not just this, just the edge, just across the edge can make the difference. Okay. Whew. So there's that. So I'm going to put this. And I just want to make sure it's going to look like it's sitting in the basket. And again, whatever you want, this can go fairly quickly, so I'm using that, but it's whatever you want, whatever you like as your, maybe have to put that up just a smidge more, whatever you like as your adhesive. There, that's a little better, I think. Yeah, and this can come down here, so those are inside the basket. And if you wanted, you could even trim here and, to make it, actually, maybe I didn't think of that before. Now that it's in here, I might want to, let me just try that. This is what happens sometimes when you get creating. All of a sudden you go, wait a minute, what if I did this? Again, get that little corner off. So all of a sudden I thought, wait, I want to do this just a little differently. I'm gonna cut that off a little. Use some of this blue here, because this is what I want to do. I want to have it a little more like this, one in front of the other more. So that gives me a little more room in my basket. So up just a little higher than I want. And when you do this, if you want to put some, I'll show you here in a minute. So there's that. Yes. So that's I'm gonna put that over there. Just kind of like that. So there's my basket. And I do want that down a little flatter. If you wanted, you could put like just underneath, just right here, if you wanted to have it sit forward a little. But I want to make some berries using the stamps they gave us. All right. So when I looked at these, it looked kind of like a lighter, a little bit lighter sweet sorbet. So I thought what I would do, I'm getting my markers here, sweet sorbet and garden green for this one. And I'm going to take my marker and just all the red parts, because on this one, a lot of times the seeds can be white or they can be black, sometimes depending on, I think they're usually white. But how they did this is that, you had, they had it all in red, like a darker red. And then when I do that, then I kind of breathe on it. That can go there. It's not perfect, but it'll work. You watch in a minute when we finish. Do one more. So I have two of them. I may only want one, but I'm going to do two. Should have done one earlier, and I just played around just to make sure it was going to do what I thought. There's those. Then, so I did play a little more with the blueberries to get the right color, and it looked to me that they used Blackberry Bliss as like the outline of them. Okay, around there. And then that blue, it looked like, when I realized when I started coloring, it looked like a combination. And I'll show you here in just a moment. So then I decided the best way, and actually I did find that I tried a few different ways of coloring things, and I did find that I prefer using colored pencils. So, and I could even leave those, the ones up there were not colored in, so I could have left them uncolored, but, and then this is just my red. We don't have Sweet Sorbet in there, but I would be happy if they made colored pencils of all the colors that they have, but they not chosen to do that. And it would be nice because some of the colors that we have don't exactly match, but it's okay. I'm just coloring these in, and as I said, I could have left didn't necessarily have to color the leaves in, but I did on these, and I could color those in too if I decide I like that. Then I wanted to use my blender pen. Oh, that's the wrong color, Sonia, Bologna. You didn't pay attention. Oh, that's a good thing I had a second one, I guess, right here. That's the blue. Why is this also blue? Did I do both of them in blue? I guess I did. All right. Well, let me see. I got another one over here. I just got to find it. Before I ruin everything. Here's one that's I used in the red before. So we're just going to have one strawberry. Let's see how that fills that in. It looks a little, it's darker than that, but it still looks a little closer. And actually, you know what I can do is this, because if I do decide to use it, I can put it underneath the other one and you won't see the blue. All right, so there's that. Then I realized that this, it looked kind of like Night of Navy, but it looks almost like a little bit of gray in there. So this is what I did. I colored with a gray pencil first, basic gray pencil. And hopefully this turns out the way it did when I was take it off there. Sometimes that's too soft for under when I'm coloring. Okay, so those are gray. Don't look very blueberry-ish, do they? But then I took the blue and went over it. And then when I took this, you see how that looks? Okay. So then when you do this, at least I thought it looked closer than when I did just the blue. See? I did pull in. See, it looks a little closer. All right, so I'll have to clean those off later. And then, obviously, these have to be fussy cut. A lot of fussy cutting today. And maybe just do one of each. And can put more in after if I decide I like more. So I can end the video and finish this. So then that can go like this. And let me just say I'm going to do this. I don't want all that white showing. And okay. I just gotta leave that. Okay. And then this could go here. And let me do one of these. Just so I can show you. And if I decide later, whatever I decide, if I decide to add to it, I'll put it I always put a still picture on, so you'll be able to see it. I'm not real good at keeping an even amount of white around, so a lot of times I don't leave any white or very little. Those of you that are better at fussy cutting can leave more of a little white around. All right, so then, and then these I did want to pop up. Like that, or like that, or maybe a little more like, because I don't want it to look like, I want to make sure it still looks like it's in the basket. Don't want it falling out there. Okay, and as I said, I may add one more of each of these. Okay, that, and then I just was going to use this from the kit and say on here, you're the pick of the bunch, or the crop, sorry, pick of the crop. I'm not sure if this is the right color to use, but this is what I'm gonna, I think I'm gonna just do it in the Blackberry Bliss. Oh, I have two of them here, I only need one. Just want to get it about centered side to side. There. And there's that. And I may want that popped up too, we'll see. All right. There we go. So let me kind of try and clear the decks here a little so I can put some cards out so you can take a look at all of them. And I just put the ones that I made with you here. And I think I do want that popped up. What did I do with it? Make sure I like how that looks. Yeah. Okay. Yep. There, it won't come off. There. Okay. All right. So hopefully you can see all those. See the three of them. Yeah, I think you can. There. All right. So there's the ones we did today. Hope that you enjoyed this. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. I would appreciate it if you also would consider, if you're have not subscribed to me, that if you would consider doing that. On Friday, I am going to, on my Facebook page, which is called Stamping Around the Dining Room Table, I will be doing a fun fold with these. I do at some point later put it on Facebook. It'll be on Facebook, put it on house. And I just think I just need to take the week off so I can get that done. But I'll be back the following week. Okay, so thanks so much for watching. And until we meet again, happy crafting. Bye-bye, everyone.